Hey, our guitar vacation today is going to be deep diving some Allan Holdsworth tone. More specifically, we're going to get into the tone of his later years when he was using the Yamaha stuff. In the late 90s, Yamaha introduced the DG series. You had amps, amp heads, rack mountable unit, and even a foot unit, which is what I have. They all have that same in common DG generation digital framework. The generation after that were the Yamaha Magic Stomps, which for the amp models and that type of thing, it still used the same DG bass. The Magic Stomp did have some capabilities as far as the effects, like multiple parallel delay lines and a lot of control over the modulation. We're going to go over some sources. One is even purported to be from Allan himself, describing what settings he used to get his OD distortion tone. Gotta throw in the disclaimer, I'm a mere mortal, not Allan Holdsworth. Can't play like Allan Holdsworth. I am definitely not trying to represent myself to be playing like Allan Holdsworth. But we'll still have some fun and do some playing. I'll try my best to do some fusionish examples and give you a good idea of what the DG stuff sounds like in this particular application. Most fusion interested guitar players have spent some time listening to Allan Holdsworth. A lot of us have spent a lot of time listening to Allan Holdsworth, and to varying degrees of success and failure, trying to figure out at least little tidbits of what he's doing. With Allan's playing, you've got the unique, one-of-a-kind harmonic approach that he had, and then you have the just stellar technique and legato and all of the things he did, you know, the way he did chords and even with his clean sounds. Then you have the tone, that overdriven tone that's so liquidy and smooth and without much attack, but it is just so present and so beautiful. My DG Stomp is right here. I put a picture of one like from an ad up just so you could see it better. I didn't feel like unhooking everything. I've got MIDI and all that good stuff hooked up to it, but mine is here. You can still see it. The biggest thing that separates the DG Stomp is it has a single mids control, where the amps and the rack unit had a high mid and a low mid control. I had kind of a serendipitous find on the old YouTubes with a video that has what is purported to be communication from Allan to some fan that emailed him at some point, and who knows when this happened, but he communicates the settings that he was using for his overdriven tones. We're going to look at those settings in a second, and I'm going to actually dial them in and see how close it sounds when I'm playing my fake non-Allan Holdsworth licks. There's just one extra little gear layer I need to explain, and most Holdsworth people are going to know all this like the back of their hand. But these settings I'm about to show are for the generation after the DG series. They were the Magic Stomps, the Yamaha Magic Stomps. The Magic Stomps were a lot smaller, and they had a few foot switches on them. And as far as the amp emulation or modeling, that was all the same as the DG series. The thing about the Magic Stomps that makes them desirable, I still don't think they're that expensive, but they're desirable, is they can do the multi-delay lines. Like, I'm wanting to say there's 8 delay lines Allan used on some of his clean patches that, you know, they were shifted just a little bit, and how many cents they were above or below and their actual delay time, and it just made this huge lush chorus delay thing. The Magic Stomps will do that. The kicker with the Magic Stomps is they won't do that and the amp at the same time. So if you want to run your Allan Holdsworth dirty preset, you have one Magic Stomp that does that, And if you want to run your Allan Holdsworth super duper delay setting, you have a whole nother Magic Stomp that does that. That's actually how Allan did it. He had like 6 of them or something crazy to go between all of his clean and dirty settings. One other noteworthy thing about the Magic Stomp is reportedly its bypass is terrible. If it was something you were thinking about incorporating on a modern pedal board or maybe a little rack system or something, you would definitely want to isolate that in its own loop, so when it's bypassed, it's totally out of the equation. Here we have the video that has the settings that were reportedly messaged from Allan to whatever fan, apparently named Don, that emailed Allan or however he got in touch with him back in the day. This is some of that guitar lore I love being preserved and kind of spread around. I don't have any big reason to doubt its authenticity, even though it's uncharacteristic for Allan to send settings and stuff like that. If you follow Allan and study him, he was kind of funny about stuff like that. I want to give credit to the channel that did this. It's called Turi Genius Official, and I'm not going to try to spell that for you, but I am going to link his video. So in this email, Allan is referring to the settings on the Magic Stomp, but again, these digital models are the same from the DG series. He said he used the lead one, which is basically like one of the high gain amp models. Gain at 5 to 7, treble at 3, high mid and low mid both at 7, bass 0, presence 1. Based on my experience with the DG Stomp, those settings are going to get you in the ballpark, and of course I have one mids knob, but he set them both to 7, so I'll just set mine to 7 and it won't be a big deal. Alright, I've got the settings sent from Allan Holdsworth himself. Again, I just have one mids knob set to 7, being the main difference here. And we'll see what we have to start out with. I forgot to mention I added a little delay. It's also from the DG Stomp unit. The delays on it are pretty good. Lead one is striking me as inherently a very dark patch. Typically when I do a fusionish lead tone, I'm rolling the tone knob back on my bridge pickup, and I am here, but not quite as much as I normally would just because of the patch itself. I'm noticing a little dullness, particularly to the feel, trying to do the legato stuff. Thinking about that did remind me that there is another part of the equation that I'm not taking into account. There we have the TC Electronic, I think it was a booster / distortion. You could run it clean, which I think is more than likely what Allan did, and used it to just add general gain to his signal. I'm going to use a clean boost EQ pedal that is going to do something very similar to see if it makes the difference. I think using the boost made a difference for the positive. I shelved off a little of the most extreme low end, and obviously the signal had more gain and it felt better and suited itself better to those legato lines. Just for the sake of Allan Holdsworth guitar bro science, since I have the Holdsworth guitar, we gotta try it, right? Other than the fact that I can't play like Allan Holdsworth, I think the tone is in the ballpark at least. It's definitely usable, and considering how old this unit is, it's frankly amazing how good it sounds. Now, just for fun, we're going to use it as a pedal platform, which is really my favorite way to use it because I like to sometimes do fuzz and different types of OD and distortion through it. I remembered I had this picture when I was finishing up this video, but here you have Allan with 6 Magic Stomps, and this is his live rig later on during his career. I'm thinking probably 2 or 3 of them were his preamp clean or dirty, and then the other 3 or 4 or however many were set to one setting, which is going to be his chorus delay and his ambient style effects that he had that were so unique. You know, that's the one thing I wish the DG series did, is some of those more complex multi-delay line, only the Magic Stomps and the hard to find and expensive UD Stomp, which the UD Stomp looks very similar to this DG Stomp, but it was totally for the magical delays and modulation stuff. Wish I had one of those, but probably not going to happen. You'll see in the back he's got these, I think they're Hughes and Kettner amps, and he had some kind of endorsement with them. And from what I've researched, he was either A, running the Magic Stomps into the power amps of the Hughes and Kettner just to use them as power amps and cabs. I've even heard the Hughes and Kettners weren't used at all, and he would have these 6 Magic Stomps plugged into like a twin reverb or something that was hidden back behind somewhere, and he put the H&K amps out there because it was an endorsement and he was trying to get paid any way he could. So if you've gotten this far in the video, I want to thank you for watching, and you're obviously very into Allan Holdsworth like I am, and hopefully I put some things all together in one place that can add to Allan's legacy and our discussion and quest to try to see how Allan did and made the magic that he made. So that's it for this edition of Guitar Vacation. I hope you enjoy your guitar vacation, whether it's with some ancient piece of gear that only you appreciate, or with whatever your favorite gear is to sound like you want to sound. I'm going to enjoy mine, and we'll holler at you later.